What's up, everybody? It's Vids, and we're back for some more Pyre Community RITE Night, which means, of course, some good old-fashioned multiplayer Pyre, featuring first and foremost none other than the members of the RITE Club Discord server, the place for all things multiplayer Pyre. And if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then look no further, because you can join said Discord group by clicking on that link right there. But those of you in chat, you are not off the hook. No, because you see the red circle with the white L below chat. You click on that and you'll find all of the various requests that you can make today, including things ranging from selecting players' exiles, masteries, songs, arenas, even Titan stars are all fair game. So, without further ado, let's hop into versus mode. Set ourselves back to our defaults. I'll hop into Discord and let me know if there's anyone who would like to get us started. Also, if someone could just confirm real quick that you guys can hear my microphone, that would be greatly appreciated, because on my end, on the streaming software, it looks as though my microphone is working. However, yesterday when we were doing Mass Effect 3, during that stream, it was the same thing where everything looked fine, audio-wise, and then it turned out that chat couldn't actually hear me. It was very misleading. It is working. Okay, great. It was a bit of a head scratch, and then I just restarted the software, and other than that, seemingly nothing changed. But for whatever reason, it was fixed after that, so who knows what the actual cause of the problem was, but we're here today, and it looks as though it is behaving as it ought to do. So let us know if there's anyone who would like to get us started today. How is everyone doing? Spherus, Lilac, good to see you both. $15 stream streak. Now that is impressive stuff. It's like about a month, I would think. Just about. Potentially a little bit more even. Well, anyways, let me know if anyone would like to hop in here. Otherwise, of course, we could start setting up what, if there is anything that we'd like to see request-wise for our first match here, although generally speaking, as I always say, it's probably better to establish who is in the match first, and then we can start thinking about how we want to actually set it up. And also, I can hop in if necessary, if we don't have enough people at the very beginning, as we're still waiting for people to pop in. Oh, also, however many alsos we've had at this point, I, once again, restarted Steam just before starting up today and did get a Steam update, so who knows how significant that Steam update was, but as is always the case, if there's a Steam update, there is a chance that that could be something that disrupts Steam Remote Play if we don't have everyone on exactly the same iteration of Steam. So for anyone who is potentially interested in getting in on the action today, it is probably worth doing a quick double check to make sure that you do in fact have the latest Steam update installed. How's everybody doing? Oh, and for those who didn't see, last week, at the end of last week's RITE Night, we may or may not have experimented with some, I would say, black magic. But on the other hand, that would imply, of course, that it is inherently evil, or at least something along the evil adjacent, something along those lines. When on the other hand, you could argue that it's actually the most canonically accurate / authentic way to play Pyre, and that is that we did in fact have not one person controlling a given triumvirate, not two people controlling a given triumvirate. That, of course, we did have at various points in time. For most of the stream, we did have one person controlling each of the triumvirates. But we did actually, for a brief moment, for one match, have two people controlling the same triumvirate in a full match. And then naturally, upon discovering that this was possible, we had to go a step further. And so we did have 3 people controlling the same team last week. So if you did not get the chance to check that out, then definitely make a point of giving it a look, because certainly that is not something that I had ever seen before. I am doubtful that anyone else has done it, but hey, maybe we've been outside of the in-group all this time, and there's been a secret club of multiplayer Pyre players who exclusively play with 3 people controlling each team. We're just late to the party. But it was... I also may or may not have been one of the 3 people participating in this match on that team with 3 people on it, and it was quite the experience. So definitely go check that out. Admittedly, I don't know that that's going to be something that we make a point of doing in the future, perhaps ever again, just because logistically, the way in which we went about doing it was largely because we accidentally stumbled across having 2 players who were both keyboard mouse, and that turns out that is one way to work around what would have otherwise been an issue, as Steam Remote Play does not like having 2 keyboard mouse players playing against each other, but apparently playing with each other is totally fine. So we stumbled across this dynamic in a way by accident for that reason, and then only upon coming to this realization did we choose to triple down and get a 3rd person in. So I don't know how sustainable or repeatable that process is, so it may very well end up being a one-time thing, but it was pretty magical when it did happen, so we always have that we can point back to. So yes, if you did not get the chance to see the end of last week's stream, I think the second to last match was the one where we had 2 people on the same team, and then the last match was the one where we had 3 people on the same team. So definitely give that a look. But perhaps I digress a bit, as that was last week, and this is this week. So let me know if anyone would like to get in. Did each player control 1 exile using the designated switch to exile 1, 2, 3? So for the match in which it was 2 people controlling the same team, I was not involved in that one. That one, I think, that obviously gets tough to designate who's controlling which exile, because you have 2 people controlling 3 characters, so I don't think they did it that way for that one. I think instead, they basically split up the controls and had one person moving, and then another person might have been passing and throwing and casting or something like that. But then for the match where it was 3 people, yes, it was each person set up their own individual character, and then whenever that character was the one under control, it was the designated person moving that character and doing all of the inputs, and then as soon as it switched to a different character, whoever was in charge of that character was controlling everything. So that's why I say, in a way, it's almost as if that is the way that one could argue Pyre ought to be played, as it is, in a way, the most in the spirit of the whole triumvirate dynamic. And of course, this was something that was not pre-planned at all. It just spontaneously happened, and we just rolled with it. And it, oddly enough, it somehow miraculously did work. Now, if it were to become, quote-unquote, a thing going forward, then I'm sure as time goes on that people would eventually find systems to optimize both the way the characters are set up and also the way in which the players, the actual people, control the team. But as I said, for something that just happened on a whim, it was surprisingly, dare I say, somewhat smooth. Or it wasn't the complete impossible train wreck that I might have been expecting at first. Maybe my expectations were just very low at the time. I was very pleasantly surprised, I suppose. But yeah, do we have anyone who would like to get in today? And we're, as I said, we're getting a little sidetracked with all this stuff and maybe getting a little ahead of ourselves. I don't know that we necessarily can do that ever again, let alone would we want to, just because it starts to get logistically complex getting that many people in all at once. So it perhaps was just a minor miracle. And we just have to accept that that was the case then. But going forward, maybe we keep things simple. We stick to the standard format. That being said, did I immediately just have multiple thoughts for how we could approach such a system going forward? Maybe. Maybe. Does it open up many new and exciting possibilities? Perhaps. Perhaps, but we can't take for granted that it's going to work because, yeah, it's, we have a sample size of 1 at the moment, and maybe we were just unbelievably lucky on that occasion, and any other time, Steam Remote Play would just implode. Because that is what I expected, and somehow, some way, it did not happen that time, but, it might on any other attempt. So yeah, I'm happy to hop in one of the spots if we need an additional person to get our matches started. Can't have a team of 3 controller players. I don't know. Trying to think if we've ever accidentally stumbled into that type of situation before, and the only thing I can think of that maybe we did briefly, or certainly, like, I'll occasionally accidentally leave my controller plugged in and then we'll have 3 controllers in at once, and usually that just messes with things because that was not the intention, but I'm not sure if we've ever embraced that and deliberately tried to actually move forward with that. Otherwise, the other thing that comes to mind is on rare occasions we would see sometimes a single person on remote play would, oddly enough, have 2 controllers registered. So we would have 3 controllers for 2 people. Usually that would also cause problems that required us to do troubleshooting, and things didn't really go according to plan, and in that case there were physically only 2 controllers. It's just for whatever reason Remote Play had a ghost controller that it was recognizing, oddly enough. Rotor's like, I can play, but I don't know that I want to do the 3-person thing. No worries, no worries. As I was... it was mostly just a little tangent, reminiscing on a very interesting experience last week. But as I was saying, I don't know that that's really something we can make a point of doing going forward. So I think we're going to stick to the standard format here. Just 1 player per triumvirate, in which case you are welcome to get in and represent one of those triumvirates I wrote her. That's the other thing, is, you know, maybe it's the kind of thing that's crazy, funny, and chaotic one time, but then it wears off the nuance pretty quickly. This is coming from I wrote her? Who's saying this? I wrote her, you of all people. This surprises me. But maybe Steam Remote Play is on a different level. That truly is black magic, and we dare not delve into that world. Alright, well, let me get an invite out for I wrote her at the very least. I think we are still looking for one more person here to face off against I wrote her, so let us know if there is anyone who would like to do that. And as I said, don't worry, I know we were talking a lot about 3 people controlling a single team. We are not going to do that today. Certainly, at least not at the beginning. Probably not at all, in all likelihood. I hate how sometimes it just gets frozen on this. It didn't used to have this pop up every time someone joined remote play, but now it likes doing this. And it used to be the Alt-Tab was the... Oh, there we go. You can just press the X there. Okay. Yeah. The hotkey that usually makes that go away. It's not working. So yes, we have I wrote her in here. We're still looking for someone to face off against I wrote her. I mean, I can hop in if we don't have anyone, although it feels like we have a critical mass in chat at this point. So let me know if anyone is interested. How's it going, I wrote her?
Sorry, I had a sound in the background.
Oh, no worries.
I think I have to turn down, actually, the game sound.
Spheris not playing right now? Okay, no worries, Spheris. Do we have... Let's see. We saw Lilac earlier, but I haven't seen Lilac recently, so... I don't know if we have anyone else who's immediately available, so... As I said, I could hop in for a little bit and then just let me know if anyone in chat is interested in getting in, and I'm happy to swap out to make room for you guys, because, as always, give preference to getting you guys in. Don't need me in here. That's boring. Unless if I'm the third player on the same team. But, right, and then Zombie has said, unfortunately, can't get the game to work, so... That's not an option there either, so... Okay, I'll hop in for a little bit. Let me just plug in the controller. I'm washed up. Oh, wait, what? Why am I... I know you changed player 2 to withdrawn, I wrote it, but I think you're actually player 1. Because this is me changing the player 2 triumvirate now.
Yes, but because it was keyboard and controller.
Yeah, now that it's just
the controller player.
Exactly, it's just the nuances, and by nuances I mean chaos, of Steam Remote Play. Okay, let me just set us up here. So, for what it's worth, that was the name that we had last week for our 3 people on one team. Was Leo, Lilac, and me. I suppose we do now have 2 people in, so let us know if there is anything request-wise that you guys would like us to do. Otherwise, we could have a bit of a warm-up match to start things off today, but that is your choice. Okay. Oh, we have Titan Stars up? We do. Good catch. Oh! For talismans, pick... Wait, no. I do have a snack. This is true. Also, a wild Archer Bash Paws appeared. What do you do? A. Panic. B. Also panic. C. Bag. 4. Let's just go back between letters and numbers now. 4, and by 4 I mean D. Flee. He has to go now. No. Alright, well, as is typical Chewing Dragon fashion, we have one ambiguous request, and that is all. And then he leaves, so he will not clarify. Wonderful. Actually, it's Archer now.
Dark exiles, you heed the summons to the spring of Jomir. You now have this chance to prove yourselves. The stars themselves shall be your witnesses. The withdrawn stand ready. Fireheart stand ready.
Alright, one moment as I just quickly double check what exactly this talisman request was. I have a snack. I as in lids. So, you know, whatever that means. It may or may not be something that exclusively refers to me. Am I just picking snack-like talismans, perhaps?
Exile.
If that is the case, hold on, let's brainstorm here for a second. As I feel people often forget, prayer beads are dried husks of seedlings. Those might be among the most edible of talismans. And this is technically a fungus, but it is a fungus with a face, and I find this quite disturbing. So I don't know that I want to use that. Not really anything edible there, unless we're eating paper. Great for fiber. Oh goodness. You have leeches? Yeah, I'd rather not eat those either, to be honest with you. What exactly is this? Dried thorns. Honestly, this might say something about the downside and the various assortment of talismans that this looks like one of the better options to eat. It's just a prickly pear, you know? Well, I think let's keep it simple initially. Oh, that's probably not what I want. Hold on. I lied. That's not what I wanted. That's probably what I wanted. Let's keep this simple. Speedy Tizo, and I wrote a let off with a harp as well. I have another idea for what comes next. I think the answer is, well, I'm thinking of this purely from a talisman standpoint, not really from an optimal team building standpoint, but maybe that doesn't matter much. So I'll go, let's see, I mean, I guess pick you if I'm trying to be at least remotely optimal. How do I make this work? Because this is definitely, well, not optimal, to be blunt. But sure, it might technically be a stone, but I think we all know that in spirit this is the Hope Egg.
Tizo.
now this gets really tough, because I don't know what to take at this point. Light-emitting creature in this cask. It's a flower. Maybe it's edible. Hopefully. Possibly. Maybe we do that? I don't know.
Choose someone.
Alright, so this is a perfectly optimized team that I'm running at the moment, of course. Is all you need to know about this. That still got me? Wow. I is surprised. Oh, what? I'd never passed that. What is happening? Wait. iRotor, you are partially controlling my team.
Don't think so.
There are inputs that are happening that I am not pressing. Partially on the setup screen, which I just didn't make much of.
Wait,
but there's at least one time
do I
where...
still have keyboard controls? Oh no, you're on controller, right?
Yeah. This is me pressing keyboard buttons now. That's why your heart was moving. But my orb got passed once when I did not press the pass button. That was the most noticeable thing, and I don't know why that happened. So that was weird.
Don't think.
I don't know why that happened, or how, or what to make of it, but okay, you know, whatever. I guess we'll we'll carry on here. Like that. When you switch characters, I pass the orb. It's this thing, isn't it?
I know, maybe you have the bug.
I think I
can
do.
You,
yeah.
Take keyboard away from me because I pushed the talk.
Let's see.
You like we have. Well, do I also have Xbox controller? Or am I on a different one?
Yeah, I'm also on Xbox controller. Wait, hold on.
Well, maybe just do it again. Just do the arrow buttons. I have to do a fix for this, but I didn't have the time.
It's not letting me. Oh, right, it's that. Okay. That should hopefully fix it.
Oof. Dalbert dispatched with ease.
Oops. Mistakes were made. Could not push my way through.
Glory first to the
Alright, we're on the board. Honestly, that's all we need. Given how atrociously awful this team is, I'll live with that. No, don't do that. That also exploded me before it hit me, which was weird.
The orb is up.
No, that's the second time that's happened. What the heck?
The orb flies true. Neither triumvirate.
Third time that's happened?
Now pour out Dalbert.
Probably didn't want to do that, to be honest. But I did it anyway.
Ouch. Zap. Now go.
give it a headwind, please.
None left exactly by the book. The withdrawn's adversaries, the orb has hit the mark. Oh.
Oh, nope, that was a mistake.
Flung right in. How very fortunate for the withdrawn. Oh.
No. No hip-hop and curs allowed. More of a rock kind of guy myself. You know what I mean.
A bit of a blunder.
Oop, that was not well timed.
A true aimed thrust into the fire. Ooh. There.
What about my teammates?
Vanished. All
Ruh-roh.
of them.
That's not good.
Now the orb engulfed in fire.
That was avoidable.
Ooh. Yes. A rude predicament
Fourth time
for
that's happened.
Firehearts, and
All right. GG.
the withdrawn
Fell swoop is
perhaps they
crazy.
do deserve it.
And by crazy, I mean that's like, I would argue outright cheating, but that's okay. It's a normal match. There are no stakes.
For the average player master, you say.
I mean, you 4 times you banished me before you started the animation, and almost every time it directly led to a score, which doesn't sit well. Like, if it were an occasional fluke, then okay, you know, you just shrug your shoulders and move on, but it happened very, very often.
But
to the
before
point
you
where
start the animation, do you mean before I release the cast?
before
Or-
you even started moving at all. Like, I get that you may have done an early fell swoop, but the animation hadn't even started yet, and you banished my character on at least
Yeah, I
4
think
occasions.
that works, just works. I basically release the cast and immediately press B again. They have to be ready for it in advance.
Mm-hmm.
That's how this mastery is.
Well, anyways, as I was saying before, I'm mostly just holding down the fort for the time being, and if anyone else wants to get in, you're welcome to take my spot here. I have done the snack-based talismans, or at least that is how I chose to interpret the Chewing Dragon / Archer Bashpaw's request. I can stick around if we don't have anyone else, but as I was saying before, would give preference to other people if there is anyone who would like to get in. Or if there's anything request if there's anything request-wise we'd like to do here, then let us know. Oh, we're turning customize off. Okay. Okay. And I'm not seeing anyone looking to get in here, at least not immediately. So at least as it currently... Lilac. That doesn't work. Oh, I mean, we could do one after the other, of course, but we can't really combine those things. And also, I can't do archetypes for when I'm playing. I will know iRotor's archetype. So we will definitely need someone to get in for the match after this, in that case. Let's do customize off here and now, but then Lilac or anyone else, if you'd like to hop in to take my place, I think that would be necessary for the archetypes. Otherwise, I will have inside information that is not especially fair to iRotor. Okay, Lilac will pop in for the archetypes match later on. Gotcha. Just give the... I mean... Well... There may be ways to make it happen, but yeah, that is top secret info. It's true. Can't possibly let my rotor see it. He was just trying to get his eyes on the confidential files. Can't pull a fast one on me this time, Sferris. I'm on to you. But alright, for this one, we'll have randomized exiles, masteries, and talismans. Also just going to get thrown straight into the action. Won't get to see anything in advance, so let's see what happens.
The withdrawn versus the Pyre.
It's a demon. That might even be Orlek. An imp and a nomad. For Rotor, for me, it is a savage, a cur, and a sap. Oh, wow. Just going back here as if I had portal, and I very much do not.
An interesting exchange.
And now we... Oh, no. That's not what I... Wait, what? I have Lucky Break. I was only able to jump once, but I had Lucky Break. How did that happen?
What happened there?
Also, that was extremely confusing. Oh, oops. It's a little too eager there. I have Black Heart as well. Oh my goodness, this is cursed. That is Orlek indeed. Wonderful. That's exactly what I wanted to see.
Someone there rose to the occasion.
That was close. I swear, I'm blowing through my stamina so quickly on this curve. Oh no! Not quite. Oh, that's not gonna work. That's also definitely not gonna work. Nor is that. You know, just checking. Just checking. Just making sure. My mind. Oh, no. Oh, I instinctively pressed the salute button to see if I was an imp that could transform back, and then I realized that I wasn't an imp. Oh, I probably do have time. Okay, you know what? I had time to get a higher damage option there, but we'll settle. And then I try to place a sapling there with my savage, because that makes sense too.
Glory to the scribes.
Yeah, you guys didn't hear about the new savage sapling tech? And then I tried doing it again.
Unfortunate for Dalbert.
Nope.
What a little splash.
Things are going swimmingly at the moment. Nope. Not quickly enough. Couldn't run quickly enough.
Oh my word.
Dude. I think so too.
Your victory is at hand.
I think everything is going perfectly according to plan right now. Oh, I missed. Oh my goodness. Every conceivable mistake I have made. Including that. Oh goodness. I might have rekindling though, I do. Nope. That's the one that has the sapling. Is it me with Titan Tooth or is it you with Titan Tooth? I thought it was you. I think it's your Orlek.
Orlek with Titan Tooth.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Orlek
so
Titan
sorry.
Tooth is pretty rough, but I was so bad. Oh my gosh. GG. Well played.
Thus end this night's
I'm not
proceedings.
responsible for this. I didn't choose it.
I wrote it was like, I swear it wasn't me. I didn't voluntarily take Titan Tooth Orlek.
until the stars align.
What's up, Macaws? How's it going? We were just doing a customize off match there. And we do have an archetypes request in the queue, but as I was saying, I can't really participate in an archetypes match because I will have inside information. So we do need at least one other person to hop in to take my place here. So Macaws is potentially ready. Lilac was saying maybe you could hop in and take my spot. Technically, I think Lilac, you'd be in the front of the queue if you are interested in claiming this place. If not, then we can get Macaws, it would seem. Let me unplug the controller at the very least. Lilac, what say ye? Would you like to get in here, or would we get Macaws in instead? It looks like it may end up being Lilac. In which case, Macaws, you will be at the front of the queue. We can get you in at the next opportunity. I don't know, maybe Macaws is psyching out Lilac right here. I'm not sure what the reason for this reaction is. Maybe just Lilac is smitten by being in the presence of a celebrity.
Hello.
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 Hello. What's cracking?
What's crack-a-lackin'?
What's other than my bones?
Oh, hopefully not. That's generally not a good thing. Alright, well, I do have... One second, let me just get the random number generator up here. I do have the
Also
archetypes.
Also, my last message was because I was extremely excited to see Macaws.
Well, aren't we all? And maybe we can get him in soon. But at least for now, it looks like we're going to have an archetypes match between Iroder and Lilac, and then we can get Macaws in at the next opportunity. But let me get you an invite here, Lilac. Okay, let me set you up. Make sure that you have control. Why is... Here we go. Okay, you do have controls. Good, good. Lilac, which triumvirate would you like to be today?
I will be the Fate.
Fate.
Because they're purple, which is the best color.
You know, you're not really going to get any arguments from me there.
Hey, nice.
It's certainly up there. Okay, and now let me roll your archetypes. So, we have Iroder's player 1, so I'll roll for you first. Iroder, your archetype shall be this. Now let me roll for Lilac, whose archetype will be this one. Alright, as always, let me know if either of you have any questions about your archetypes. I can answer them in the DM, in the private DM. so that way...
Not the public.
Right, because if it were the public DM, then your opponent might see the secret information.
No. I trust them to cover their eyes.
Ah, okay. Well, that's a level of trust that perhaps not everyone has. Of course, archetypes, for those who are unfamiliar, these are guidelines, basically, for either how the players set up their team and or how they execute once the match begins. So we have a list of many archetypes. We randomly roll to see which of those archetypes will be assigned to each player, and then I privately DM them so that their opponent does not see. The arena is random. That I don't know why we felt the need to lock that in when that is the default, but okay.
I was doing it to psych you out.
It might have worked. Okay. I think we're ready to go here. See what the players cook up here for their archetypes.
The withdrawn shall take on.
It's the Fall of Solium for the arena.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
Oh, and I didn't double check, but I don't think I got any questions. So I believe both of you are good to go here.
Anyway.
Demon.
Ooh. Interesting approach there, as we do see a demon with a cursed talisman for Iroder. Speedy Bertrude in the first spot for Lilac.
Exile.
Speedy Crone for Iroder as well. Okay.
Intriguing.
Super Rekindling Bolfred for Lilac.
Tizo.
Infinite Stamina Tizo in the last spot for Iroder. And now Nutrition Stick, Palmus for Lilac in the last spot. So here we go. It's a random archetype showdown between these two. The archetypes are in, and Lilac has gotten us started there with a 25 damage plunge from Bertrude.
Into the adversary's flame.
Ooh, Iroder with an opportunity here as everyone is down on Lilac's side, and well-placed portal
Flies true.
facilitates this throw. Good for 30 damage.
The withdrawn hunger to prepare.
And oddly enough, it has been one Crone score, one maximum damage Crone score for both players, just because they were tied at the very beginning. That meant Lilac's Crone score was only 25, whereas Iroder's was 30. Have to see if those types of small differences add up.
exile.
That Rotor back with his crone here. Forfeit gets the stamina back, charges up the throw. It's unblockable, of course, but on this occasion it's not maximum damage. It's in fact just 15.
Now then.
Ispaleth sets up the Brazen Manor. Lilac able to rush down Vizpaleth and also get rid of the other crone and then speed in for a 30 damage plunge.
The Fate's Pyre now burns relatively brighter.
Ispaleth again for Iroder. Brazen Manor. Down she goes.
Tis taken.
Big implosion from Tizo.
Banishment.
Ulfred goes down for Lilac. That makes Lilac defenseless, at least for the time being. Is that enough time for Iroder to get a throw in here? Yes, it is. It's good for 30, which means one score could be all that Lilac needs here, at least, or rather Iroder needs here, to trigger Lilac's rekindling. However, I do think we saw quite a bit of that. In fact, we're about to see just how much, and it's a little alarming. Lilac breaks out the Chrome Salute. That sets up what is functionally an uncontested scoring opportunity there. Only 20 damage, though. That is the maximum, but that was a Stubborn Flame, I believe, from Iroder. It was reducing Lilac's maximum damage by 10, so although it might look as though Lilac is capable of finishing this with one score, would actually need to take at least two scores for that to happen, given that Iroder has that Stubborn Flame in effect. Lilac loses Bertrude. Iroder with Forfeit goes for the unblockable throw, and it's good for 25. Volfred, who at least at the time was the last of Lilac's characters, but Bertrude does make a timely return here. Tizo for Iroder starts going one way, then loops around to the other side. That infinite stamina certainly paying off.
Dangerously close.
Does get dangerously close, but comes up short, though. Does create a very dangerous portal in the process. May not need it here, though. Oh, except that sapling. Unfortunately for Iroder, got rid of his crone. The portal did come in handy, but it still wasn't enough to give him the time he needed to get in there. Bertrude trying to find a way through, but Iroder's Tizo cut her off. Iroder's Tizo, oh, extra damage Tizo at that. That's a 25 damage plunge. That is fairly significant. Iroder sets up the Brazen Manor. Goes down. Lilac. Now with Bertrude. Leaps over the opposing crone, but then does still get banished by Forfeit. Here is Forfeit. Can't find a way through there. Back with Bertrude for Lilac. But cut off once again, this time by Vizpaleth. Forfeit, another unblockable throw. Those are adding up. In fact, with Brazen Manor, does Iroder have enough damage to finish this with one score? He might. Here is the Brazen Manor. He's thinking about it. Knocks back a defender, and there it is. GG.
The withdrawn
Mine
Hey, a
was
black
come
card
back.
didn't cut what as intended.
for certain.
Sorry, I didn't want to cut you off.
The
Oh,
rite
thank you.
is
I said
ended.
mine was come back, kids, yet again.
you did get Comeback Kids twice in a row. I did see last week that was the one you had.
Well,
but
was it only was it only rekindling, or was it high life differential? Because the Pharaoh curse added to that.
Combat Kids is just
Until
specialized
the
in making a
next
comeback.
round.
I'm not sure what that
Okay.
specifies.
Yeah, there's some
I
room
have-
for interpretation there.
Mm-hmm.
I had Ballhawk, like characters that pickaxes that want to carry you out for a long time or for large distance. I wanted to do like I thought Blackheart would trigger at the beginning of every round, but it didn't. So, but the idea was to get infinite stamina and to just do one swoop through the arena, or if the demon becomes a howler, just do the infinite stamina imp. And infinite stamina imp worked, but more like getting the orb close to the pyre, so I didn't actually carry it for that long, but like that was the idea at least.
Now, at first I remember, I thought you took the other cursed talisman for your demon, the one that keeps the aura, and I thought that you were going to try to bulldoze through with the demon, and then it took a few rounds first when I realized, wait, you don't have the aura anymore. No, that wasn't the talisman that you took.
Yeah, that would be the other option, but not on fall. On fall is a bit...
Right,
you
that's
need
tough.
some shorter distance to pull that off. Which the infinite stamina was supposed to solve, but Blackheart did let me down. It was cursed after all.
Well, that was an Archetypes match. Let us know if there is anything we would like to see between these two for the next one. If not, then of course...
Because that is true, except for Nomad and Kerr, who just do it out of the love of the game.
It asserts dominance if you do the Kerr salute. Or Nomad salute.
That's true. The Nomads do shout also the name of the triumvirate, so...
And the Kerr is what, they howl?
Yes.
I guess they don't say the name of the... Do we ever hear Kerr say... Well, yeah, we have... Like, Rookie still has voice lines. He doesn't exclusively bark and howl. It's actually kind of strange that they don't say the name of the triumvirate. So yeah, let us know if we have anything in mind for this next one. Otherwise, we could always just have the players take their preferred teams. That is also an option.
Quick bathroom break while you think about requests.
Okay.
You're all an audience.
That means we have time to scheme something up.
Oh ho ho.
Yeah, Barker talks, Dalbert talks. It's just the salute. Almost every class says the name of the triumvirate. Oh, maybe the Crones don't either. Yeah, I guess there are several classes that either make sort of grunting sounds, or in the case of the Kerrs, they howl. Not everyone says the name of the triumvirate when they do the salute. Guys, Iroder isn't here. We need to scheme something up. We're running out of time.
I have no ideas though.
No, come on! This is our opportunity.
You're the one that came up with the idea to scheme. Shouldn't you have some ideas? What if we switched the sigils or something? I don't know.
Okay. Say no more.
Hey!
Hey, you recommended it. Fair enough.
Okay.
I tried to change them to the most similar color-wise. More or less. Oh, there is definitely a better one for Iroder, but now I'm going to run out of time, so I can't do the tempers quickly enough. I don't think. I'm going to try.
I believe in you.
It's quick. Okay. It's been done.
Excellent.
He's definitely going to notice the moment that he comes back, but That's okay.
Nah, he won't. He won't.
Watch it be that he has Twitch on his phone or something. He's like, yeah, no, I was listening to you the entire time.
Back.
Okay.
Hello.
We did not get any requests, so I think we're just going to stick with a normal match here.
The Tempers shall confront
Perfectly normal match.
the essence.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites?
So all up to the players here. What? Who was I wrote her at the beginning of the day today saying, pardon me guys, I swear I didn't select Orlek myself. Customize opted it for me, and yet here he is, voluntarily taking Orlek. Odd.
There's one thing to switch term, but the other thing I'm not sure who I'm supposed to be because Lilac was picked for the team I have
Wait, I didn't know you did that, Liz. I
What?
thought you just switched the colors.
What do you mean?
Hold
No,
on.
of course I changed the triumvirates for reals. Also, I wrote her didn't say anything, but yeah, he did notice immediately. Or at least didn't say anything at first.
I mean, I thought for a moment maybe I was the essence and I would have picked all halves, but now it's not appropriate anymore, so... I was thinking, and then Lilac picked for me. I mean, I don't mind having Orlek, but like... You do know that was my team, right?
Oh.
So you have to pick
Okay,
again
okay.
for your team.
Okay.
Oh, wait,
okay,
that was
okay.
Lilac?
Yeah,
Yes.
it was the keyboard. I was thinking about how to go about it.
I was wondering. I mean, you said that was Lilac for a second. I was like, wait, what? No, surely I misheard you. But it makes sense in that case that it was Orlek.
Orlek.
As I was rather surprised that was your selection.
Tizo.
Oh, careful. Lendl trying to crash the party.
Bertrud.
No, Lendl, you were not invited.
We all hate you, Lendl.
Whoa, I mean, I wasn't gonna go that far. I thought he was gonna read between the lines.
He can be a little dense at times. He's not good with hints. He tends to outright ignore them.
Alright, well here we go in this totally normal match in which both players are taking their preferred teams, aside from the part where Lilac may or may not have selected Iroder's first character for him.
Which was an accident, essentially.
Full disclosure, Iroder, legitimately that was not part of the plan. We did discuss changing the
Ain't got that
triumvirates.
much.
We did not discuss picking your first character for
In
you.
the Temper's flame.
We thought one thing was a true surprise, but the true surprise is just you.
First we had to...
That's why it's a true surprise.
Exactly. Just had to throw him off with the first move. But it's the second move that really matters.
'Tis wrath, not glory.
What? No, I don't want to turn on sticky keys.
Oh no! The dreaded sticky keys.
'Tis taken. Oh,
Lilac manages the last last of iRotor's characters, although iRotor, with a timely Tizo return.
Now there's a
Agreed.
proper
Agreed gets them all in the end.
Each pyre now burns no more brightly. Well, I dare say.
Does it now?
Each pyre now burns no brightly, I dare say.
Behind.
Well, that was a lot of banishments.
Oralek's aim was true. The pyre on each side. Oof.
The way in which Brighton has interrupted himself in this match already on several occasions has been fantastic.
A deftly thwarted drive.
A deftly thwarted oof.
In goes the orb.
25 damage throw from Lilac.
Ciao.
Tizo against the world here.
There goes the harp.
Lilac has it back. Goes down just before making it in.
Ooh. Now,
What is going on with Tizo over there?
I didn't see it. Is he just vibing?
You could call it that.
Quick throw. Yeah, sometimes the imps, they just want to vibe, you know?
oh, spectacularly done.
That's a 25 damage plunge, dropping Lilac down to 13, so one score might be all that iRotor needs here. Lilac not too far off either, though. At first you don't succeed, vibe and vibe again.
None left unscathed. Oh,
Oh, Lilac managing the entirety of iRotor's team here.
such a display.
Plungers for 25, and suddenly we may have ourselves a sudden death match here. Of course, iRotor does have a sap and may have some rekindling. Math may be a little different, but it won't matter here, as it is iRotor who gets the winning plunge.
A narrow victory, yet nonetheless commendable.
GG.
The rite is done.
Well played, you two. Alright, let's head on back
Until the next rite.
and let us know if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. That one was kind of, sort of, just a quote-unquote normal match, with maybe one or two exceptions. Not seeing anything at the moment, though. Let us know if we do have any last minute requests.
Or if anyone else wants to join.
Well, I know
Oh,
Macaws was
Macaws.
interested. So if you are thinking about swapping out, we could certainly look to get Macaws in soon.
I was looking to maybe hop out after a couple more matches, but I'm also interested in playing at least one or two matches against Macaws, but I also do not want to kick iRotor out before he's ready. So,
That puts us in a bit of a predicament.
yes.
I think there's a few too many
Exactly.
things that we are trying to do that may contradict each other. Macaws is still interested, so we can certainly get him in soon. Let me just see, is there anyone else in chat who might look to get in, because that may affect whether we're looking at a single swap or a double swap, and that may affect the logistics in that case. I know, Spheris, you were saying earlier that you weren't available at the moment. I don't know if you were still considering getting in a little bit later on, though, in which case we may still... Well, obviously, if you'd like to get in, we can certainly get you in. Just wasn't sure if that was a I'm not available / interested for the entirety of the day today, or if that was just a, well, give me a little bit. Or anyone else, for that matter, of course. Not seeing anyone at the moment.
What say you, Macaws?
Macaws says he's always interested. But I'm not seeing anyone else, so I think it is mostly just a matter of the timing of Macaw's arrival and or whom he is swapping in. I exist only to ball.
That sounds like a rather lonesome existence.
I don't sleep during the week. I wait for RITE Night. Oh dear.
That doesn't sound like a very efficient use of your time. I'm gonna be so honest with you, Macaws. Not to criticize you or anything.
He's just a baller. What can you say?
Ball is life.
Right? Not with that attitude, right, Macaws? Alright, well, it sounds like either way, we're at least looking at one more match between iRotor and Lilac, and then maybe at that point we start asking ourselves the tough questions about how we solve this predicament. iRotor, how are you doing in terms of your availability and
I can stay
interest?
or I can swap out. Both is fine.
You know, iRotor, I was hoping you were going to be more opinionated than that to help break this deadlock we find ourselves
If you're
in.
up, just flip a coin.
This
But I can
is
swap
true.
out. It's fine.
All right, well, as I said, at the very least, let's do at least one more here between Lilac and iRotor. Then we'll revisit this question. Let us know if there is anything we'd like to see between them. Otherwise, we can do an actual match in which they take whatever they want. But not seeing anything here, so why don't we hop in?
Actually,
Oh. Perhaps?
no,
Perhaps
I got
not.
nothing for this one. For this one.
Shall now face the essence.
Alright, so no requests. This is still all up to the players.
Lilac, we had this once. What are you doing?
Nothing? Lids? Lids.
What?
Lids.
What?
That's not me doing that. That's Lids. Lids did that.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Is this Lids or iRotor now?
The world may never know.
iRotor, is this you?
Exile.
What?
Maybe I was the real iRotor all along.
Oh.
Yeah, how would you know?
Or maybe I was the real iRotor all along. Who knows?
Isn't that what you just said?
What, or did I say that? I don't know. Maybe I was the real iRotor. Maybe iRotor was the real me. I meant to do it in both directions. Maybe I accidentally said the same
I
direction
think you
both
said
times.
the same thing twice.
Well, that's just what I want you to think. Or should I say, what I wrote her wants you to think.
Oh boy.
Well, here we go.
Into the afterglow.
Another match between Lilac and Eroder. This time, they are both actually taking their preferred teams, and it starts with Lilac plunging for 23 with Gilman, courtesy of bonus damage on Astral Eye, and now Orlek plunging for 25 here. Means now he is gone in this round. Eroder answers here, plunging in for 20 with a Prayer Beads Almer, so he has returned. Orlek has also returned. He'll plunge here, which does drop Eroder down to 27. I don't believe Lilac has a way of getting in one round. Need to be at least two.
The orb is taken.
Everyone down on Lilac's side.
Plunged into the adversary's flame.
For brief moments, had one defender return, but not quickly enough to make a stop there, so Eroder scored on that occasion and was looking for a quick follow-up.
Thoroughly banished.
Everyone down on Lilac's side, and once again it's Delbert coming back. This time, though, is able to stop that attack. Gilman, oh, ever so close. In fact, I thought he was in there. Eroder does just enough.
The essence banished to the last.
Lilac defenseless once again, though. Once again, it's Delbert who does manage to make the defensive play. Eroder has it back.
Banishment
Causes a bit of chaos. Delbert now on offense. Nothing comes of that, though. There is a lot of room here for Eroder. He capitalizes, plunging in for 20, and again, Prayer Beads. Almer has returned. Delbert versus Delbert.
Your exiles shall return.
Down on Lilac's side. Once again, Delbert versus Delbert, but Lilac's Delbert doesn't return quickly enough. Clearly, he just needs to Delbert harder. Almer. Well, black magic jump there, but it wasn't enough to break through. Orlek for Lilac. Vanished here. Delbert for Eroder. Plunging for 20. Eroder teleports, but Almer still goes down. Ooh, black magic jump worked well that time. Eroder plunges for 20, and it means one. Does he have a way to get more than 20, or is he limited to 20? I don't know if he took the extra damage on Raji. This might still be a two-score game for Eroder, and likewise for Lilac. I think both players are just outside the range of being able to finish with one score. That was an off-the-wall jump and plunge. You have to respect it. The only downside is that that one was not the decisive plunge. This one was.
Downside, you say?
Fire nearly was extinguished there, but no.
That word does exist in other contexts, you know. Every
No, it
time I
doesn't.
say that word, it
No,
is
it
almost
doesn't.
never deliberately a
Okay,
reference
Mekos, get in here. Well, you're on.
GG. Well played, you two, and I think Eroder is stepping out so that we can get Mekos in. If that works for you, Mekos. If my eyes did not deceive me, I thought I just saw Eroder leaving
I got
remote
all
play.
the fall out. Mekos, where are you? There you are. Perfect.
Hello.
Mekos. He has arrived.
He's here.
He is here indeed. How goes it, Mekos?
We We are chillin'.
All right, and we are sending you an invite.
I have received the invitation to play a video game.
Fantastic. Okay. Now let me just set you up here. Which triumvirate would you like to be today, Macaws?
The True Nightwings, for favor.
Okay. I can pour that favor to butcher your Spanish for you.
Thank you.
All right. So, let us know if there is anything we would like to see between Macaws and Lilac. Obviously, Lilac's been playing for a little while here, but this is Macaws' first match of the day, so could give Macaws a chance to warm up, or we could delve straight into complete and utter chaos. Ultimately, that is up to you.
Do I need to adjust my controls to account for mouse and keyboard, or did iRotor already take care of that?
The only thing that could be worth double checking is if you just click on the settings here. Oh yeah, sorry. Quickly take a look at the controls. Okay, I think you're good. It's just that part that sometimes gets messed up, but you look fine.
How can you tell?
If that is empty, then it sometimes has the thing where
the joke didn't land.
Oh. I was like, I'm pretty sure you know how this works.
No, I meant like you look fine, as in like me personally, like my face or whatever. I'm like, how can you tell?
You are fine, Macaws.
He's in my walls.
Oh dear. What's up, Warcrow? How's it going?
I'm going to do something.
Oh. Warcrow is Thunderdoming it up.
Let me find the right emoji.
In pain. Oh no.
Oh no. Is there a good emoji for this? Let's see.
The most
Good
important
enough.
part, of course. You know we have multiple emojis for this. Or at least... the emoji that we've used has... Yeah, no... We have at least one emoji for this. Yes. Okay, so I take this to mean it is boat for the arena and archetypes as well. And since we're locking in the arena first, I think we can allow that because it's not as if Lilac is deliberately trying to tilt the board in their favor.
Or am I?
I mean, if you can predict the future and you know which archetype you're about to roll, then I question why this is the thing that you choose to use that power on. But hey, I mean, that's up to you.
I'm a fan of the boat.
All right.
I'm but a humble ship captain.
Let me roll you some archetypes then. We'll start with Macaws, since Macaws is player 1. Macaws, your archetype is on the way. Then let me roll for Lilac. Your archetype is here. Let me know if either of you have any questions. Otherwise,
I have no questions, but I do have one thing to say. Youch.
Did you look at our message history before you sent me this one, Lids?
no comment.
I wonder what that means.
Wings shall now face the essence. Welcome.
I did also just drink a bunch of water and have it go down the wrong way. I swear it's not in response to what Macaws was just saying.
Oh no. Oh no.
Just getting a little seasick on the boat is all.
Did you drink the salt water?
Maybe I did. Rookie mistake. So the players both have their archetypes. They are, of course, the only ones who know what those archetypes are. Their opponents do not know. Their opponents, he says, as if there are multiple opponents. Their singular opponent does not know. Unless, of course, you consider me to be an opponent, because I suppose technically I do know.
Lacoste, where do you live?
Don't answer that question, Macaws.
I say this because my screen has suddenly gotten very crunchy.
I mean, that sounds
Somewhere
like
on the
a-
planet Earth.
Sounds like a lilac problem.
Wait, I thought though that like the client's speed or like stream quality had something to do with the other player's
Messenger
Wi-Fi or distance from you.
We have sometimes suspected that, because it seems
Okay.
like at times people will be kind of like the situation you're in now, where you're in remote play, you're playing against one person, and then we switch out who the other player is, and then suddenly the quality either improves or gets worse. And so we have suspected that at times that is because that person is either much closer or much more distant. Are you disrespecting the nutrition stick?
No.
You better not be.
Volfred.
Nutrition is a serious matter, Lilac.
I'm aware. I say as though the only thing that I
The
that hasn't been
deluge.
some cookies and cotton candy.
Oh no. All part of a balanced diet. Balanced with an asterisk.
Precisely.
It's just different types of desserts, you know? It's a balanced array of desserts. That counts, doesn't it? Lilac, are you deliberately bouncing your cursor all over the place?
Yes.
Okay, at first I thought that was the case when you were setting up your previous character. Then I saw you doing it again for this one, and then I started to get concerned.
Begin.
I was like,
What
maybe
did you
this
think
isn't
was
a joke.
happening?
Maybe this actually is legit.
What did you think was happening?
I don't know. Maybe your remote play connection was all wonky.
The Temper's Pyre is the first to falter.
Well, that's a little bit of boat magic for you. As we were saying, of course, players both have their archetypes that they have built around here, some of which focus more on the setup, others more on the gameplay. That is another big boat magic leap for Lilac. That was some interesting
Hello?
boat magic,
Hello?
some delayed boat magic for Orlek on that occasion.
Hello.
It's like a built-in hesitation from the boat. Koss does have a dangerous portal here. Lilac is aware of that, sets up the sapling on top of it. Meanwhile, Macaws tries to find some other way through,
Poor mess.
sets up another dangerous portal. This one not covered by the sapling, but Lilac back in possession. And there are some ranges from which sap throws are unblockable. That may have been the case on that occasion. Oh, there's a little bit of boat magic as well.
Orlek threw it in.
Good for a 25 damage Orlek throw, and that drops Macaws down to 4, which means one score. Very likely all Lilac would need here. I don't believe Macaws has any sort of rekindling here. Macaws, messenger in. Find a way around Orlek. Instead, gets rid of him altogether.
The messenger imp threw it in.
Sets up an 11 damage throw. Lilac just jumps straight past the orb with the boat magic. Boat magic, of course, does give it, but it also taketh away.
Flame is stricken.
Please, no.
15 damage throw. Rather, 14 damage throw. No, that was 15. My apologies. And then 25 on the plunge here. Macaw's building his momentum now.
I feel like I might have an idea as to what
And it is
Macaw's
done.
got.
Well, Lilac
GG.
throws that one in for the winning score.
Their pyre burns whilst
GG.
that of their
Well played, you
adversaries
two.
is but ash.
It was an archetypes match, of
The
course.
rite is complete.
So you are welcome to share which archetypes you received, if you would like.
I attempted. An attempt was made
Until
to
the
perform
next
long
round.
range, emphasize scoring from far away. I did not do it satisfactorily, at least not for my. I am not satisfied with the results, but hey, I won.
Well, you had at least one very long-range boat magic jump,
Mhm.
which I don't know if that was
Okay.
what you had in mind when you went with double demon on the boat, but it seemed like that was a clever way to interpret a long-range score, because on any other map that would not be a thing.
I'm going to pretend that was my intention and that I didn't think that it meant exclusively throwing from far away. I was definitely playing 4D chess.
Then, Macaw's, would you like to explain the reason for your comment that you made earlier?
Yeah, I got 1,000 cuts again. Apparently, that's the only archetype I can roll now.
I almost made a comment after I sent that to you in our DM, because I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna stay quiet here.
Yeah, that's the third time I've gotten it, like, period.
There are just, for some reason, there are some archetypes that the random number generator just seems to prefer to roll more than others.
Yeah, I'd like to get that one not on boat next time.
But we do have an Exile's request here from iRotor. He says, double cur, specifically double. Triple is not allowed, so it must be exactly 2 curs per team. Let me reset the arena before
Oh.
we forget. 2 curs exactly per team. I do vaguely recall Macaw's coming up with a tier list of the various classes
The true
in
knight
Pyre,
wins.
and
Shall take
I did
on
reset the arena for
the
what it's worth.
essence. Well,
Yes!
I did reset the arena.
who shall conduct
But what I was starting to say is that I do recall Macaw's recently making a tier list of all the playable classes in Pyre, and everything was S tier, except for one. Except for one class.
Oh. Whatever
demon?
could it be?
Well, it may or may not be the one that both players will be taking 2 of here.
Ah. The cur disrespect on full display.
Yeah, they're just
I see what you are, Macaws.
Barker.
they're just the only honest class in a game filled with degenerate nonsense characters.
What? What does that mean?
That means everyone else can do like really busted, broken nonsense. Kurt doesn't really have anything like crazy, like overpowered like everybody else does. He just like all of his masteries, like you look at like a worm, right? He's a complete kit without any masteries involved. All of his masteries give him really cool stuff to do on top of his already like stacked kit, right? This one lets him, his mastery number 1 lets him come back if all of his guys are defeated, right? This guy gives him Web Lanthorn, like, and those are just 2 level 1 masteries, right? That's on the worm. Whereas with Kerr, you have an incomplete character at base, right? This mastery lets him get what he probably should have at base. This mastery lets him actually function while running. This mastery gives him another thing for his kit. This gives him slightly more damage, right? Like, He doesn't have, like, all of his stuff is just honest, fair, which isn't bad. It's just, like, he's going up against Sap, who has, like, Sap nuke, plus you can't banish my whole team, otherwise I punish you for it. So, like, they're the only ones that are, like, honest in this game. So that's why they're not, like, busted tier. But they're still good. It's just they're not, like, degenerate busted nonsense.
And it's strange, because it feels like Curs, I mean, obviously they're one of the 3 classes that players get access to at the very beginning of the game, and by far the most mobile of all the characters at the very beginning of the game. So I feel like if you had said this to someone who was just starting to play Pyre for the first time, they would say, what? This seems like it'd be one of the best classes.
I think, like, within the confines of the game, and this is where I really see that, like, Pyre is a narrative-driven role-playing game, first and foremost, because, like, narratively it makes sense from, like, a single player progression standpoint, because you get, like, Demon, Nomad, Cur, which are 3 arguably straightforward classes. Nomad's a little more grimy than the game gaslights you into thinking, but the classes that you get unlocked progressively get progressively more and more complicated. So it makes sense from, like, a one player perspective, but from competitive, Cur just kind of gets the short end of the stick because of that.
And it also, to an extent, makes sense from a campaign standpoint to have characters that peak at different points in time, or at least are better relative to the rest of the field at different points in time. Like, if every character needed to be fully ranked up before they felt good, then that wouldn't feel great from a campaign standpoint, because you'd be spending most of the game really struggling until you finally got the decisive last, or maybe second to last mastery. So to have some characters that, you know, in the early stages when you have very little, if any, masteries, very little, if any, talismans, and maybe ones that are just straightforward to play, have ones that start off that way, and then it's okay if they get surpassed later on by some of those more complicated technical characters that get unlocked. I mean, I know we were just saying that Cur, even at base, is weak, but I think for the beginner player, I think it's possibly the easiest character to start feeling comfortable with. Just because of the lack of the mobility that the Demon has is a little tough on new players, and then the Nomad, well-rounded of course, but takes a little bit of time before you start to see those gimmicky masteries.
Best not give into pride just yet, Essence.
Warcrow, meanwhile, is threatening me with challenges that he's going to rope me into.
Oh, because I was asking, what does degenerate busted mean?
Like game-breaking, crazy, really, really, really good stuff.
Now end the ceremony.
Oh, well, there's a curse loop for you.
GG.
GG.
Wings prevail. The scribes themselves surely have taken note. Thus end this night's proceedings.
Well played, you two. Alright, let's head on back.
Until the stars align.
Blood Princess, how are you? How's it going? I swear, as you can see, I did reset the arena. It's random. We just happened to get 2 boats in a row. But Blood Princess has given us a customized off and given us a sermon intro as well. Doing well? Doing well. Good to see ya. Alright, so of course, randomized Exiles, Masteries, and Talismans for this one. Just gonna get thrown straight into the action with no preview. Let the chaos begin.
Greetings, exiles. You heed the summons to the glade of Liu. You have this opportunity to prove your worth. Only the righteous shall emerge victorious. True Nightwings, stand prepared.
Alright, so
The
it
essence,
is
stand
a
prepared.
nomad, a worm, and a harp for Macaws. It is a worm, a cur, and a savage
Now begin.
for Lilac. And Black Hoof on, I believe that was one of Lilac's characters, of course, with customized. Oh, there you go. With customized op, you know there's always going to be at least one cursed talisman, and it's on a cur. You know, the game was hearing us talking about how curs may not be very strong. Arguably the weakest class in the game, and so
And they proved the point.
Customized Op was like, yeah, why don't we give them a cursed talisman? That's exactly what the curs need. One that prevents them from picking up the orb, because maybe it's a right-sided cur, in which case you legitimately could make the case for it being more of a defensive character, but I don't think that is a right-sided cur, because we did not see any aura bursts when Lilac did that previous cur cast. There is Stunning Claim, but that did not stop Macaws from getting in there, as I think Macaws was already mid-air at the time of Lilac's salute. Here is Lilac, plunging in for 15.
All of the essence
Everyone
gone.
down on Lilac's side. That means time for Lendl to throw this one in for 20.
The orb is taken.
Yeah, he has Lucky Break, so he's at least partially, if not entirely, left side, which is hard to make any use out of when he cannot pick up the orb. Lilac did manage to plunge for 20 there. Look at that! Dalbert got a banishment just from standing there. That might be the
Luigi
biggest
wins
contribution
by
he's
doing
made.
nothing. Luigi wins by doing nothing.
What? Black Claw as
Wait.
well? 2 cursed talismans? There are 2 cursed talismans, right, Spares?
You know what? Sure.
Do we know what Gilman has?
And yet it hit the
Do we know for certain that Gilman does not have the 3rd cursed talisman?
essence adversaries
I
gained an
don't-
edge.
It would be Black Heart, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, we need to see him come back from banishment to confirm. No, no Black Heart. It's not 3 cursed talismans, but even just 2. The probability of that is, what, roughly 1 out of 46 squared. Technically it's a little bit lower than that, because there are some legendary talismans that are not eligible on given characters, but call it roughly 1 out of 40, or 1 over 40 squared.
GG.
GG.
True Nightwings prevail. Their
GG.
adversaries confidently thwarted.
Well played, you two.
The rite is ended.
So yeah, what? That's like a more than a, or I guess smaller than a 1 in 1,000 chance for that to happen. Is that right?
Until
mental math
the
correct?
next rite.
Quickly checks.
Also, I'm thinking of hopping out. Does anyone else want to get in?
Does anyone want to get in for Lilac's spot here?
Anyone want to face off against the Great Macaws?
Yeah, technically it's not quite 46 because there are some talismans that some characters can't use because they're legendary talismans for the wrong class, so it's a little less than that. But so it's probably around a 1 in 1,000 chance. Little less likely than that even. But it happened. Does anyone want to take Lilac's place? Lilac is... Do you need to swap out right now, Lilac, or are you potentially good for one more?
I'm good for one more.
Okay. Do we have anyone who would be interested in taking Lilac's spot after this? Spares. Unfortunately, I have to do that thing that humans generally want / need to do for basic sustenance called sleep.
Lame.
do we have anyone else who might be interested in getting in? Because if not, then, I mean, we potentially might be talking about a liberation right here. It would be early for a liberation right, but...
If someone else comes in, we could potentially do a 3 versus 1.
Macaws, were you here for that last week?
I heard about it.
News travels fast.
Would you be interested in partaking in a 3 or a 2 versus 1?
I'd really just like to play Pyre. I know
Fair
that's
enough.
I know I'm in the minority sometimes on that.
Nonsense.
I'd really just love to play the game.
Fair enough.
Alright, well, I'm not currently seeing any... Well, we know... Hold on, let me just take stock of if we have anyone who can take Lilac's place after this. So, Spheris says no. Iroder was in earlier. I mean, technically, you did not play at all against Iroder, did you, Macaws?
Not today, no.
Yeah, so I mean, potentially, if Iroder's up for it, we could get him back in. But I know it's getting late for him as well, so that may... And he may have already checked out after having played today. But if you are interested, Iroder, we could potentially get you back in against Macaws, because otherwise, not sure if we have anyone else who would take Lilac's place here. I mean, Blood Princess, you're welcome to if you'd like to hop in. Iroder says, why not? Okay. So in that case, it sounds like we'll do one more here between Macaws and Lilac, and then we'll get Iroder back in, this time against Macaws.
Excellent.
Okay. Let's do... Well, and did we have any requests? I don't think we do, so I think we're keeping this one simple here. Technically, you don't need to have the game installed. What? Who said that? What did they say? I don't know. I didn't hear it.
The true Nightwings shall confront the Essence. Welcome.
Alright. No requests here.
Who shall conduct the rites?
So all up to the players in what we expect to be the last matchup. Blood Princess has the best emotes. Every time, the best emotes.
That is such a good emote.
Bad road.
I'm still looking at that emote. I want that emote so badly.
Tay.
Alright, well, we have the stowaway in the first spot for Lilac with the leech.
You're judging my choices,
Macaws
Macaws?
is checking the scouting report.
No judgment. It's just not something I see very often.
Scouts are a bit perplexed.
I feel a bit judged, to be honest.
Yeah, typically, if you have an exile with a maximum of 20 damage or less, probably better off taking the one that gives you the fixed 10 leech. Mathematically speaking. Unless you also are going to take that on another character with 20 or less maximum damage, which may be the case. Don't see people doubling down on the leech very often these days, but it could happen. It's Kerfang Almer for that one. Macaws has gone Lendl and Bertrude, and now with the final selection, on his team.
Sandra,
Sandra.
Excuse me?
did I stutter?
Perhaps you ought to have. For I believe you misspoke.
The correct pronunciation is Sandra,
According to who?
Dalbert.
according to the game.
Agree to disagree.
It's
Oh,
okay to be
well,
wrong, Liz.
Little hesitation move there. Lilac watches the defender fly past and says, oh, don't mind if I do. 28 damage plunge, but now here is Makoss with the 30 damage answer.
Splendid.
There is the leech. On that occasion, it's still 10 damage leached, so functionally the same as the other talisman.
Barely a mark against that flame.
But yeah, you're right, Stubborn Flame would be another situation in which it would be preferable to have the fixed 10 leech on a character with that much damage. Homer. Snadra gets rid of him. Here's Dalbert.
The fire of
He'll
resolve.
jump in here for 20.
The essence on our favor to prevail.
Oh, everyone down on Lilac's side. It's time for Makoss here.
A worthy show
He
from
opts to go the
somebody
leech
else.
route. Net 30 points of damage, which is still the same as what he would get from Bertrude. It's just a little bit of a different mix. Damage versus leech. Quick throw there. No time for the throw on that occasion. Also, don't see the orb bounce off the wall very often in this arena. Definitely happened there.
Such wherewithal.
Oh, and that was also very unclear as to what exactly the way in which Makoss scored was. Apparently it was a crone plunge, but that would not have been my first guess. Oh, and meanwhile, Lendl tanks the entire team,
GG.
setting up the winning plunge.
GG.
GG.
What a crushing victory it was.
Well played, you two.
The
Good
right
guys.
is done.
I suppose
Good
so.
indeed. Gerodate.
Until the stars align.
We'll head on back, and I believe Lilac was looking to swap out, and I wrote her if it still works for you. We could get you in here.
Fare
Sacred
thee
Bond.
well, all.
Catch you later, Lilac.
Thanks for the rights.
That last score was Sacred Bond, or second to last. Sacred Bond revived the crone, passed to the crone very quickly, and then the crone plunged almost
Yeah,
immediately.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Just one of those ones that I think you need the replay and maybe even the slow-mo to take it all in.
Basically, Sacred Bond is the grimy nomad stuff. It's so good.
That, and on the other side of the tree, the power casting stuff can be quite potent as well. Lilac says it was an honor to play against the mighty Makoss.
Dang.
Has a bit of a ring to it, the alliteration. Imagine 8 mastery rights. I feel like that must be possible with mods. But admittedly, I don't know if I've ever really considered that. That would be interesting. Sounds even more broken now.
8 mastery, huh?
Surely there would be some classes that would just get crazy overpowered at that point. But I don't...
I mean, Harps kind of sounds unstoppable.
Yeah?
Because you get all of the stat boost. You get both
Yeah.
sides of stat boosts.
You get
So you
Fell
don't have to-
Swoop plus all the mobility.
Yeah, so Harp is probably still the best in the
You
game.
talk about harp. Imagine a sap.
Sap
Numbing
seems like that'd
us?
be crazy.
Exploding sapling, sturdy sapling, guardian shield, and 50 rekindling.
Yeah, I was getting there.
Imps, I think, could be pretty crazy as well, because you get super portals in addition to all the other stuff you would usually get. on the imps.
Yeah, I think everyone moves up to busted broken.
A new tier of busted.
Actually,
Kerr gets the prayer beads. I guess.
Kerr gets prayer beads plus the extra jumps. So like, is it as busted as Sap and Harp? Nah, but I think it's like having the beads plus the best just the 3 jumps. That's still pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So,
That would be busted on the level of ideal, optimal 4 mastery characters rather
It's like-
than 8 mastery.
yeah. Diet.
Savage is also utterly busted just because he get now fast throw, Traitor's Flight, and Salute. And Dark Vigor for what it's worth.
It definitely makes getting matches set up a lot quicker. Because
Yeah, true. True.
I don't know. That's interesting. I don't know how much fun that would be if everything is just that crazy. I feel like that gets easier to optimize when you have less options, but who knows?
Yeah.
I think it'd be interesting to try out for sure.
Out of curiosity, I wrote her.
documents.
I feel like that would be doable via mods. Is that? Am I totally ignorant in
Very
saying
likely, but I'm not going to do it.
that? Okay. Yeah. Not that I'm asking you. Not that I'm asking you to. I'm just wondering theoretically speaking.
No, it's fine. But like, I will probably. But it's probably just setting number from 4 to 8.
All right. Well, we do have. I wrote her back in here. Let me just. set
No,
you
I'm
up.
de facto not in. You haven't invited me yet, Lit.
Well, this is true. You're in Discord, okay? That's like 50% in. Here's the
How
invite.
about you play and I tell you what to do while you're on the ride?
Oh my gosh, please, no. I wrote her as the reader. I'm just the players. I wrote her as the actual one calling the shots. Night, Sveris. Catch you later.
Good night.
I wrote her, I assume you would prefer to switch back to the Withdrawn?
Yes.
Okay, that can be arranged.
To mains only.
I'm like away for like 2 minutes, so you can set this up and then we can start.
I wrote her as the new voice. Confirmed. Well, the voice, I think it's more so the reader. Because the reader's the one controlling the teams, not the voice. And is there... Oh, right, we did have a request already. It was archetypes. Let's see if it continues. For what it's worth, Macaws, earlier today, for the first archetype match that Lilac was participating in, Lilac also got the same archetype that we had for our most recent one last week. So Lilac got 2 in a row, just like you did.
Dang.
Archetype roller, it just likes to roll the same thing repeatedly. I will roll for Macaws first here. Let me roll for Iroter. Let me know if either of you guys have any questions, clarifying questions, but you guys know the deal at this point. I suppose we can start loading into the arena, as that might
Back?
inform. Okay, I wrote her just as a reminder. We did actually get an archetypes request, so I DM'd you an archetype. Load into an arena. See where we end up.
The true Nightwings
The answer is
versus
Dabook.
the Withdrawn. Welcome. Who shall conduct the rites? Sir Gilman.
Macaws goes Legendary Talisman on Gilman for the extra jumping distance.
Demon.
Rotor goes Speedy Vispaleth. Thorned Knot Lady River for Macaws. Quick Throwing Palmus in the second spot for Iroder. Exploding Deluge, that means triple worm here for Macaws. And then Webbed Lanthorn Imp in the last spot for Iroder. So here we go. Iroder made a move, but Macaws got the banishment. Now sorting through all the worms. Does he have enough range on that throw? He does not. Iroder has it back here. And knocks back the defenders with that demon jump, setting up this 30 damage plunge. Macaws more like McWorms, they say. Ooh, some quick maneuvering there from Iroder's Sap, and that sets up a 22 damage throw. Not the maximum, but still sizable chunk there. Here's Macaws. Locked on this occasion. And Iroder, with help of the Sap shield, sets up Vispaleth for another plunge. Back and forth between the Imp and the Sap. The Imp is down now. It's just Palmus. Down he goes, but that's not where Macaws wanted to see the orb land. Rotor through the portal. That's a 15 damage Imp, which means it's not enough to finish the job, but it does come quite close. It's one score likely all that Iroder would need, and there it is.
The withdrawn prevail.
GG.
They overwhelmed their adversaries utterly.
Well played, you two.
The
Was your
ceremony
archetype literally
is
all
complete.
worms? Or
Macaws, would you like to share what your archetype was?
I got 1,000 cuts again.
Macaws, would you like to say how many times in a row you have gotten this archetype?
That's 3
Until
by my
the
count.
next
That is correct.
You know, you could just re-roll, and
I
nobody would
was
ever
thinking
know.
about it. One moment while I double check what the probability of that is, because that is like crazy unlikely.
I did get area control, so that explains my picks, but it was kind of an unfortunate matchup.
That is a tough matchup, but also I would just like you to know, Macaws, that that is about a 1 in 36,000 probability. 1 in 36 chances of that happening. Or, sorry, 1 in 3,600. Digits. 36,000. So, yeah, like crazy unlikely for that to happen. And yet, yet it did. On this occasion, I did legitimately say to Macaws before sending him the archetype, I swear, I'm not kidding, 1,000 cuts.
Just go buy a lottery ticket after RITE Night.
Just,
Look at my odds.
hold on. Just make sure that your lottery number is... Okay, it's inside information, Macaws. Make your lottery number 9. Just 9 for everything.
Okay.
Well, let us know if there is anything that we would like to see for the next one. At this point, whenever we do an archetypes request, we're just going to give Macaws that specific archetype. That's just what it translates to at this point. Of course, if we don't have anything in particular that we're looking for, we can always just leave it up to the players, but Lilac is scheming, it would appear. Uh-oh. Lilac has an evil one. As for what exactly that means, well, we shall see. All curs, no mastery, raw music, Macaws picks the arena. Alrighty
Pick
then.
a different request.
Macaws is like, can I opt out? Raw music. Any arena preferences, Macaws?
Let's go Kaelmer.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think we've seen it today. Alright. So all curs. I mean, say what you will about curs being potentially the weakest class. If everyone is using curs, then it's just as much a handicap for you as it is for your opponents. It's maybe fine in that way.
Who shall conduct the rites? Barker.
Exploding Barker for Macaw's lead. Large Presence Barker for Iroder's lead. Fittingly, Curfang on a Cur. Rookie in the second spot for Macaws. Then quick throws on Iroder's Dalbert. Vanishing throws on Macaw's Dalbert. Lastly, it will be Iroder's Rookie, who will have the fixed 10 leash. So here we go, an all-cur showdown. Those curs with no masteries. So keeping things simple here. All about the fundamentals. Here is a 15 damage plunge from Iroder. No prayer beads on Rookie, so he's now gone in this round. Now goes Barker. Oh, and Macaws already had a cur in an advanced position, making it a little bit easier to get a quick plunge there. It now means no Dalbert in this round for him, so currently just Rookie back. Now Barker as well, but meanwhile, Iroder moves in. Macaws gets the stop, though. It's just quick enough to make it in there. Oh, and with Curfang, some bonus damage.
Pyre now burns relatively brighter.
Everyone down, though, for Macaw's opportunity here for Iroder, but those curs do come back quickly from banishment. Very high natural hope stat. Oh, and nearly for Macaw's there, but Iroder gets some of those curs back just in time again, thanks in large part to that high hope stat. Barker against Dalbert. Macaw strategically positioning himself behind the imp. Throws this one. This time it's good for 9. Vanishing throw gets one, and then the curs collide. Oh, they both went down there. Didn't realize that at first, but here's Macaws with Rookie. He stopped. Thelma, thank you for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. We're doing some Pyre multiplayer here. Right now, this is all curs for both players, no masteries. So they are weaker than they would usually be. They do have talismans, though.
Glory to the scribes.
23 damage plunge again. The extra damage from the Curfang adding up here. Now one more full damage Cur score would be enough for Macaws without even needing the Curfang. Well, the reason why he got there was perhaps because he had the bonus damage adding up from the Curfang. It's Iroder at the moment in possession. He'll make it through here for a 15 damage plunge. Macaws, though, looking for the decisive score. Could this be it? No, not on this occasion. Iroder, runs out of space there and is currently defenseless, although gets Dalbert back in the nick of time. Rookie now for Iroder. Can't make it past. Oh, and ever so close for Macaws. Could have been the decisive play there, but it didn't quite work out. Anything will do. Does need to be full damage, and there it is. Macaws is the winner. GG.
GG.
These are very fun.
The rite
Arf
is
arf.
complete.
Don't speak English very well, but you love Pyre. French. Oh, cool.
Until the stars align.
Welcome. It's good to have you. Thank you for spending time here. Let us know if there are any requests that we would like to see for our next match. Actually, if someone wouldn't mind, I suppose I could do this. Let's see. Don't know if you are in the RITE Club Discord, Thelma, but we do have a Discord for specifically multiplayer Pyre. So if you are interested in multiplayer Pyre, then that is a good place to be. Lilac was going to request Macaws gets 1,000 cuts again, but I'm out of archetype redeems. I'm sure Macaws is relieved to hear that.
I would be doing a very liberal interpretation of that.
Yeah, right? Macaws would be like, well, this isn't technically the maximum amount of points you can score with one go, so this counts as 1,000 cuts, right? Oh, I didn't even see, though. There was a customized offer quest in there. Okay. That's okay, Thelma. There are lots of people in that Discord who play multiplayer Pyre. There might even be... I want to feel like there's at least one person who speaks French fluently in the RITE Club.
I think Spherus is.
I
French.
didn't want to out him, but not that outing someone for the language that they speak is really outing them, but I think that may be the case. let me turn the masteries back on. Right, I'm trying not to dox him, is kind of what I'm getting at. My point is, there are people in the RITE Club Discord server who also speak French. And there are many people in general in that Discord server who are looking to play multiplayer Pyre. So it might be a good place to check out. Alright, let's do this customize off match here.
The true Nightwings shall
Ooh,
now
it's the Fall of
face
Solium.
the withdrawal.
It's double imp and a worm for Macaw. It's almost as if it's 1,000 cuts. And then it's a demon and 2 imps for Iroder. So lots of imps in this match. Immediately after we had the Isle of Kalamer. The timing wasn't quite right, but that's okay. Iroder through the portal, gets the infinite stamp. Oh! Wait, is that from his... No, that is from the portal. He got the infinite stamina. Okay, it's not the imp talisman.
Into the adversary's flame.
Yeah, I mean, Iroder is a big fan of
Pyre has
using portals to get infinite stamina on demons, so I think Iroder will be pleased with this random setup. He also has the imp salute, maybe a little less pleased about that. As for McCall's, I've not seen as much with his team.
someone grasp the orb.
But here is an opportunity for Macaws, who actually has... Okay, no, it's not 1,000 cuts. That's 25 damage there. So he has the bonus damage from the mastery. Valiant return on Deluge. I mean, that's probably not that much of a surprise. That's only first mastery. Fairly likely he would see that. Does also have the infinite stamina portals, I believe. Actually, might only have portals on one of those imps. The other one, the one that has the bonus damage, might be entirely left side, because I don't think it yeah, that imp is not dropping a portal when it goes down. So that's actually pretty telling.
Punishment.
Oh, that is pretty scary to see Iroder's demon come through that portal with infinite stamina and rush you down like that.
'Tis taken.
Here is Vids, although she's far away from the portals on this occasion, so can't get that source of the stamina. But Macaws does, at least on one of those imps.
Messenger imp vanished.
Oh, and I did notice something about Iroder's setup just then as well, on Vids, no less. Didn't really play much of a factor in that plunge, but if Iroder was paying close attention, he might have noticed something as well. Infinite stamina. That's a good point. Oh, Iroder threw his portal there.
That is how you
And he has bonus damage on that imp, so that's good for 25, and that means one score. May very well be all that Iroder needs here. It's very open. Fall of Solium at the moment. That means more room for Macaws to maneuver, and he gets in with his higher damage imp.
My word.
My word.
If I were that
Rotor trying to hopscotch his way through, but Macaus wasn't fooled. Rotor's vibing. And plunging. And with that score, winning as well.
GG.
Their adversaries
GG.
must be crying tears of shame.
Well played, you two.
The ceremony is complete.
All right. Let's head on back
Until the stars align.
and let us know if there is anything we would like to see for the next one. Just to check in with you guys, how are you two doing with time? Because I know, at least for iRotor, it's starting to get quite late.
Yeah,
Still
probably
good.
has to come to a close.
Okay. iRotor needs... do we have anyone who might be interested in taking iRotor's place? Are you good for at least one more iRotor, or do you need to head out right now?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, because I do see we just got a couple of requests from Frost. What I'm wondering, though, is if we may need to go into the Liberation right here. In which case, we may need to pass on those, Frost, unfortunately. Unless we have someone who can hop in after iRotor. And sorry, Macaus, did you say you're good to stick around, or do you need to swap out as well?
I am good to stick around.
Okay. Question is mostly, do we have anyone who could hop in iRotor's place so that he can do that whole sleeping thing?
Okay, Frost, can you make these requests? You have to know what you imagine under these teams. So maybe you want to take my spot.
iRotor's trying to manipulate Frost into participating. Also, what is potato boat? I feel like potato. If you're trying to make a potato pun, I feel like potato would be the way to do it. And most potato-like exiles. That's what Frost wants to see. Just woke up, sorry. Just woke up with potatoes on my mind. That's all. Lilac's like, why didn't I think of this before? Boat/potato puns. Pun sensors are still firing up. Naturally, that's just the case for everyone when they first wake up in the morning, right? But do we have anyone who would potentially be able to take iRotor's spot after this one? Frost, potentially? Wait, happy for you to pass? And, oh, Frost is saying, basically, if we need to skip that and go straight into Liberation Rite because iRotor needs to head out soon, that's okay. Alright, that may need to be what we go for at this rate, at this hour. Okay. So how does that sound then, guys? What if we make this our Liberation Rite? So we'll have to pass on Frost King's requests. We'll have you two take whatever you would like for our final rite of the night at the Fall of Solium. Okay. Let us begin.
Why, hello, exiles. Welcome to the Fall of Solium. You are gathered to conduct this rite, prevail, and earn the favor of the scribes. True Nightwings, stand ready. The withdrawn, stand prepared. Now we shall get started.
Alright, so as I was saying, this will be our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So no requests from chat for this one. We'll just have both players take their preferred teams to finish things off in style. Oh. Any issue with the control? No, there we go. Quick throwing Zoxiana for Iroder. It was the stowaway in the first spot for Makos. That's an exploding manly for Makos in the second spot. Iroder will take prayer beads on Almer. The last selection for Makos will also be Almer, though he will take banishing throws. And Iroder will take Vizpaleth with extra speed. So here we go, our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. Makos on the left representing the true Nightwings, and Iroder on the right representing the withdrawn. Best of luck to you both.
At last,
And
the
there it is.
withdrawn have proved their worth.
GG!
As for their adversaries, they did not.
Well played, you two.
Thus ends the liberation
GG, thank you.
As we
Yeah,
were saying,
thanks for
that
games.
was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite.
Until the next rite.
So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today, and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. I am going to hop out of Discord, but I will catch you guys next time. Alright, let me just free them from Steam Remote Play as well while I am at it. There we go. Okay, and as I was saying, that was our final rite of the night, our liberation rite. So thank you everybody who participated in the rites today and everyone who gave us the requests in chat as well. This was, of course, Pyre Community Rite Night, and if you're interested in getting more involved in multiplayer Pyre, then the best way to do so is by joining the Rite Club Discord server, which you can do by clicking on that link right there. My name is Lids. I'm hosting these Rite Nights, and my streaming schedule is Fridays, we are doing Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer. Saturdays, we are doing Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. And then Sundays, obviously, we're doing this, Pyre multiplayer. Then Lids Vids on YouTube as well, posting the VODs for all those streams, so if you missed anything, you can catch that stuff there as well. Also looking to squeeze Path of Exile 2 back into the rotation in the relatively near future, because the latest and greatest update for that is coming out in a few weeks. But if you haven't done so yet already, then of course you can also hit the follow button to get a notification for when I go live. Also at LidsVids on Twitter, I post there when I go live as well. But actually the best place to stay up to date on all things Lids is my Discord, which you can join by clicking on that link right there. But that's gonna be it for me for tonight, so thank you all for watching, hope you enjoyed the stream, and I'll catch you next time.